And welcome to a Greater You show here on IntellectualRadio.com. And I'm your host, Dr. Anthony L. Gantt, here again on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. Anywhere that you get your podcast, you can also hear any of our shows. We have shows here Sunday through Saturday, mornings, afternoons, and evenings. Shows, diversity in topics and hosts. We have fitness shows, relationship shows. We have health shows, educational shows, comedy shows, community activist shows, music shows, a lot of great shows throughout the week that you can actually partake of. So when you get an opportunity, if you haven't done this already, and if you're new to me and new to IntellectualRadio.com, you can go to YouTube, IntellectualRadio.com, and hit the subscribe button there, and also hit the bell, and you'll be notified of all the shows that we have going on here. So we are the station that feeds your brain. I'm going to do my part today and during this show to help feed your brain. So hopefully we'll start on that in just a moment, but I'm going to promote someone first before we get started. And if you like to have your business or product or service promoted on any one of my shows, you can with me and we can make that happen for you, or we can talk about it, and then we can see if my show fit what you have going on and see if what my show is can fit what you have going on. So today we're going to promote Miss Pamela Denise. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, an investor, looking to build your portfolio, or you're purchasing your dream home, Pamela Denise at Exception Realty is who you need to call. She has 24 years of experience and a team that is ready, willing, and very capable to assist in all of your real estate needs. You will also get a free consultation by mentioning you heard about Pamela Denise on a Greater You show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station. And for more information, contact Ms. Pamela Denise at 773-447-8546. That's 773-447-8546 or info@keepitmoving.us. That's info at KEEP as in Paul, IT as in Tom, MOV as in Victor, ING.US. So give her a call. She can help you with your real estate questions and answers and all those good things, help you get involved with downsizing to a smaller property or upgrading to a larger property, or adding some properties to your portfolio, whether they're residential homes, 2 to 4 duplexes, 6 units, 20 units, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. So, all right. So we are in a new series this evening. And for you all that may be new to IntellectualRadio.com and also new to me here at the Greater You Show, we are in a series, and every series we base it on a different subject matter under the self-help umbrella. And since it's a self-help show, it's a self-help book club, a self-help coaching session, a self-help class, all wrapped into one. So we base it on one of the books that I've written, and based on the topic, we do different series in that book. In that series, we do different topics from the book so that you can actually get a taste of the book, but also the show is here to help you be better and also do better in your life as well, and also encourage you to get help in the areas where you need help. So we're talking about a subject tonight, or today I should say, at this show, and the subject is, the title of this particular session is How to Be in Healthy Relationships. This is How to Be in Healthy Relationships, Part 1. So I think this is a pretty good topic to talk about. I think it's one of those topics that I think we should always have someone talk to us about them. Unfortunately, when we're growing up, we're not taught a lot about relationships. And here's the interesting thing. We go 12 years of schooling and we learn a whole lot of different things. But one thing we don't learn about very often is how to be in relationships. And since we don't learn how to be in relationships, then what ends up happening is that we end up finding ourselves in some bad situations. Now, we know how to get in relationships. Very seldom do we know how to get in healthy relationships. So here we go. One thing that's going to go for sure in life, after about 18 years old, chances are you are going to be in some type of relationship, right? It may not happen at 18, might happen at 20, may happen at 30, but chances are the longer you live, eventually you're going to like somebody ain't going to like you, right? So you're going to probably be in a relationship. So doesn't it make sense that we learn how to be in, not just in a relationship, because it doesn't take much to do that, but how to be in healthy relationships? The title of this book is It's Great, and 7 Pillars to Being in a Healthy Relationship. And one thing you realize when you're in a relationship, very seldom do people ask you how Is the relationship good, bad, great? They don't say anything like that. It's, so how's it going with your new guy, new lady, or whoever you with? And very seldom do people ask how healthy is the relationship. So let me kind of backtrack just a little so you can kind of get an idea of where I'm coming from in regards to the topic of healthy relationships. I found there was a time in my life I had been in relationships just like most people, had been married and all those good things. But one thing that I wasn't really good at was being in healthy relationships. I didn't even know I was supposed to be in healthy relationships. I never even heard the term being in a healthy relationship. Now you may say, man, that's kind of naive, but hey, nobody ever, said like being in a healthy relationship. They said be a good guy, to a lady, be a good lady or whatever, right? Just be a good person. And that's what a lot of people think. I'm a good man, I'm a good woman. So like that solidifies that you're a healthy person. That doesn't mean you're a healthy person just because you say you're a good person. Because you're good, you're measuring your good up to whatever your criteria of good is for you. That doesn't actually mean that you're really good. It just means that you are. It doesn't mean you're healthy. It just means that you're good based on your criteria. So I found myself in these relationships and found myself in unhealthy relationships. And what I found the common denominator, it wasn't the people that I was in relationships with. What the common denominator was me. In every relationship I was in it. The people that I was in relationship with, they didn't know each other, right? The person I was in a relationship with in high school didn't know the person I was in a relationship 10 years later. The person I was with in relationship 10 years ago didn't know the person I was in a relationship 5 years ago. So these people didn't know each other, but the common denominator was me. So that's when I realized, wait a minute, I can't say that all these people are bad. She bad. Because what's that saying about me? Because if all those people are bad, then what is that saying about me in particular? Because I am the common denominator with all those people. So that's when I realized that, hey, you know what? I got to do some things different. I got to work on myself and work on being a healthy self because I never heard that. So then at one time I was actually looking around. I started looking at people in my life and trying to identify how many healthy relationships that I seen in my life. Grandma, granddad, aunt, uncle, mama, daddy, big mama, them, people across the street, people next door. And you know what I realized? I didn't see a lot of people that was in healthy relationships. Now, what I did see was a lot of people, they said, well, they've been married for 10 years or been married for 20 years. And just because you married don't mean you're in a healthy relationship. So here's what I mean. If you have unhealthy person, we're just going to use this as a man and woman thing. Yeah, unhealthy man, right? And he meet unhealthy woman, right? So you got two unhealthy people. And they meet each other. So now they start dating and become unhealthy boyfriend and unhealthy girlfriend. Now they status has changed because they boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Then they stay together a little while longer. Then they turn into fiance. Status changed, but it's still unhealthy fiance, right? And all these different people, right? So then eventually they get married, right? So they get married. So now they unhealthy husband and unhealthy wife. See, they status change with boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, husband, wife. All that stuff changed, but they unhealthy selves stayed the same. So it's just because you change the title and you put a sticker title on it does not make you healthy. I remember one time I was doing a workshop on healthy relationships and, inviting people to it. And this lady told me, oh, I don't need that because I'm married. Because her thing is, a lot of times people think when you're talking about relationships, they look at relationship only if you're single or divorced, then you need to know about relationship. But if you're married, who needs to know something about a relationship? That's irrelevant. I'm married. Even though you can be in an unhealthy relationship married, and a lot of people are, right? So I was married in an unhealthy relationships. I was in relationships and they were unhealthy, right? It doesn't mean that I was a bad person or those other people were bad people. What it means that if you don't focus on being a healthy person, you're going to be in a healthy relationship. So you got 100% chance to be in an unhealthy relationship person. Wow, that's pretty powerful, right? So you can't be in a healthy relationship by being an unhealthy person. It's not going to happen, right? You can only be in a healthy relationship or even put yourself in position to be in a healthy relationship by being a healthy person. So here's the thing. So once I understood those particular things about being a healthy person and start realizing how important it is and how important it was for us to be a healthy person, for me to be a healthy person, then I knew I was putting myself in a better position to be in healthy relationships, right? So either you are in a great relationship or you're in a gruesome relationship. If the relationship is not healthy, then it's a gruesome relationship. Now, you may not be gruesome, and the other person you're with may not be gruesome, but the reality is you're not in a great relationship because it's not healthy. In order for you to be in a great relationship, you got to be in a healthy relationship, meaning that you have to be a healthy person. So once you understand that, and that's what took me a while to figure out, like, man, I'm a good guy. So what is it that you bringing into the relationship? And a lot of times we say, I'm bringing my good credit. I'm bringing my pretty face or my nice body. I'm bringing my big house or my nice car. I'm bringing in my college degree, right? So we think that all these things are what we're bringing into the relationship. And then we say, hey, what's your credit score? What? No, your credit score too low to be dealing with me. How much money you have in the bank? What type of job you have? Oh, you won't even do that job. So we start using all this criteria to dictate whether or not we're going to be in a relationship with someone. There's nothing wrong with that now, especially something like money. Uh, if you never had money and then, you think that money is all it is, right? So if you had money, then not had it, then had money, then not had it, and had it, and I've been on those sides of the fence, right? And in all actuality, that doesn't mean that you're a healthy person just because you got a few dollars, because money, just as quick as money came, it can go. And just as quick as it left, it can come back, right? So all these things can happen. So you can't base everything on a relationship based on how much money a person earned. How much money you earn on your job? Oh, you earn 6 figures yet? Okay, if you earn 6 figures, then I'm going to talk to you. Because you can earn 6 figures this year, and next year you can be at barely making 5 figures, right? Because, things can happen. Things can change. So you have to realize that what is healthy, and this is something that we're going to go over, what is healthy and how do I become healthy? And knowing, in order for me to be in a healthy relationship, I have to realize that I am bringing something to the relationship. In every relationship that I get into, I am bringing something to that relationship. You need to understand that. And once you understand that, then you can do some things differently, right? So if you bring in something to every relationship you are in, the question we need to ask yourself is, what is it that you're bringing? Do you know what you're bringing into every relationship? And once you know what you bring into every relationship, then you put yourself in position to bring something good or bring something healthy to the relationship. So let's look at the word health for a moment. And the first 4 letters of the word health is heal, right? And in order to have health, you got to first have heal. And so this is what everybody is bringing to the relationship. You, me, everybody you've been in a relationship with, anybody you get into a relationship with, anybody you're in a relationship with now, right? Every person is bringing their healing and they're bringing their hurt. These are 2 things that everybody's bringing to the relationship. Now, if you don't know that you're supposed to be a healthy person, then the majority of the things that you're going to bring into the relationship is going to be nothing but hurt. And if all you're bringing in is hurt, then hurt people is what you're going to do. You're going to hurt the person you're in a relationship with. And what ends up happening, because all we do is bring in our hurt, we end up putting ourselves in position to end up having ourselves hurt more people than we heal. And then we have more people hurt us than heal us. Why? Because we're hurt people, and hurt people do one thing very well. They hurt people. And when you understand that, then you start focusing on being a healthy person. Now, here's something for you. If everybody's bringing their healing or heal to the table, you don't know you're supposed to be healed. That means that most of us are being driven or living and being directed by our hurts more than we're being directed by our health. We don't use our health to get into relationships. Here's what I mean. Somebody hurt you at 15 years old, and then you say, that'll never happen again to me. I'm not going to let that happen again. Another person won't do that to me. And since another person won't do that to me, then I'm going to put myself in a situation where I'm not going to get hurt by that person or hurt by any person for that matter. Why? Because of the fact that this person hurt me. So every time I go out, every person I look at, and they look like that, say something like that, do something like that, then they hurt me too. And I'm not going to let them hurt me. I'm not going to buy another man a pair of shoes because he's going to walk out on me, right? Because that's what the last 2 guys did, right? I'm not going to buy another woman, pay another woman rent or take her out on a date. Why? Because she's going to leave me. Because the last 2 did that. So now you're directing all your energy and all your time, and you're being directed by your hurts, and you're not being directed by your healing. Well, that means that you're going to go through life not really picking people based on the healing that you have. You picking people based on the hurt that you've been in. So that means that you're going to probably, what's being focused on is what's going to actually be acted on. So if you're focusing on trying to avoid your hurt, chances are you're going to go out there and hurt somebody, and you're going to pick people that match that hurt state. And you're going to say, no, 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 no. And then you're going to think that you are right. You're going to think that you're really prophetic or something like that. Because you said, see, the first time you do something like that, you see what they do to you. Because all 5 of these people did this to me. So, and the reality is you are a magnet, and what you are attracting. Now you say, whoa, 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 man, I didn't track that lie. I didn't track that cheat. I didn't track those people with me. Yeah, but see, the you may give the title of liar and cheat and all these things, but those are hurt characteristics. So what you're doing, because you're being directed by your hurt, you don't want to trust nobody. You don't want to actually give nobody a chance, or you don't give them one chance only. Hey, you know what? The date's supposed to be at 6:00. They get there at 6:05. I'm out of here, and I'm gonna let them have it. I'm gonna let them know I don't play that, right? And the reason why you're doing that is because of the other people that you've been in relationships with, and somebody hurt you because they made you wait to 6:00 or 7:00 in the evening, right? They were 15 minutes late or an hour late. So now you're saying I can't be with this person now. I can't be with nobody. So now you make everybody else pay for what has happened to you. So here's something you need to realize. Let's look at the word relationship. Right? Because I told you bringing something to every relationship that you're in, right? Every relationship that you're in, you're bringing something to the table. So the word relationship in the Latin is obviously the root word is relate. And relate, R-E, means back and again, right? And late, L-A-T-E, means to carry or to bear. So when you are in a relationship, you are carrying someone back and again, and they are carrying you back and again, right? This is why being in a relationship is a lot of responsibility, because you're carrying somebody back and again, and they're carrying you back and again. See, so if you don't really want to carry a person, then you might not want to be in a relationship. Now, see, some people say, no, I'm not carrying nobody. I'm not carrying no grown man or no grown woman. I'm not doing that. The truth of the matter is you carrying people in all type of relationships. And once you understand that you have to be a healthy person and put yourself in a healthy relationship, the health that you're in will impact all the other relationships that you are involved with. Your relationship that you're in, your intimate relationships, will impact the relationships you're in with your parents, your children, your friends, your relatives, right? Because of the fact that you are who you are, and you are attracting or giving or bringing yourself to every relationship you're in, whether it's intimate or whether it's friendship. That's why a lot of us don't know how to be friends, right? Because of the fact that we bring our unhealthy self and we destroy friendships. Right? We have problems with all type of people. Some people, you look at their life, they're 40, 50 years old, and they can't come up with friends because they done tore up every relationship they've been in. And the reason why they tore up every relationship they've been in is because they're unhealthy people, and unhealthy people would do one thing and bring one thing all the time. And that one thing that they're going to bring all the time is something called drama. They're going to always bring drama into every situation that they're in. They're going to bring drama at work. They'll bring drama to church. They'll bring drama on the block. They'll bring drama at the park. They'll bring drama to the club. They'll bring drama to the restaurant. They'll bring drama everywhere they go because they're unhealthy people. And unhealthy people, that's a sign that you're unhealthy when all you doing is bringing drama, or if all you doing is hanging out with people that do nothing but bring drama. Because that's saying that something with the drama must be something that you must be attracted to, because you rolling with these people that bring nothing but drama. And maybe that's all you're doing is bringing drama, right? So you have to realize that you're going to carry somebody. See, this is how, maybe this has happened to you before. I know it's happened to me. That, have you ever been upset with a person, right? You upset with them and they upset with you, and y'all go off to work or whatever. And then you call and say, hey, you made me sick, or whatever, whatever you're going to say, right? And now keep in mind, they 50 miles away at work. You 50 miles away. Right? 100 miles away. And you know what? You still mad at them what happened yesterday or this morning. You know why? Because you're carrying them with you, even though they're not with you. See, every person you get into a relationship with, you're going to carry them with you, even when they're not around you. So if a person's not around you and you carrying them with you, the reason why you carrying them with you is because that's what you do in relationships. You carry people with you everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you carry them with you. And here's the thing. They're carrying you with them everywhere they go. Now, here's the question you need to ask yourself. What is it that you want to carry? Or what is it that you want people to carry away with them when they're not with you? Because you can determine what you're going to actually, so to speak, pour into people. See, if you look at this, again, when you hurt, They're people that could be leaders, right? They can be leaders of churches, leaders of politicians, leaders of companies or whatever. And when they're unhealthy people, they will still make decisions on their unhealthiness. You say, well, no, that's the leader of the company. That's my boss. No, that's the pastor. No, that's the person, the politician. That's the politician in my area, my representative. But if they're unhealthy people, you're gonna make unhealthy decisions. And you're gonna do unhealthy things regardless of the title that you have. This is why it's imperative. Like I stated earlier, you have to focus on being a healthy person. You're not going to be able to be in a healthy relationship without being a healthy person. If you're not a healthy person, you won't be in a healthy relationship. So that means that you have to realize that the first thing you have to do is focus on being a healthy you. The first healthy relationship you need to be in is with yourself. If you're not in a healthy relationship with yourself, there is nowhere in the world you're going to be in a healthy relationship with anybody else. It's not going to happen. I don't care how much you pray about it. I don't care how much your zodiac sign, what your zodiac sign said. I don't care what you said about it. If you're not in a healthy relationship with yourself, you're not going to be in a healthy relationship with other people. It's not going to happen. So your job is to work on being in a healthy relationship with number one, you. And then you need to work on then you know what health look like. See, here's the problem with a lot of us. We don't know what healthy people look like because we aren't healthy people a lot. And since we aren't healthy people and don't know what healthy people look like, a healthy person can walk right into our life. We don't even know they're there because we're so unhealthy. And now when an unhealthy person comes in our life, we know exactly what they look like because we're unhealthy too, right? Now, when you start getting healed and you look at the word healed and health, like I stated earlier, one thing about it is that it's a present tense word. So you don't get to this place where you arrive in being healthy. You just always doing what you can to be healthy, right? Let's use the physical body for a moment. The physical body, if you eat some vegetables today, you can be in the process of being healthy today. Now you can say, well, I haven't had vegetables and fruit, in 5 years. That's true. But at this moment, while you eating the vegetables and you are adding health to your body physically, right? Well, the same thing occurs when you start working on being a healthy person emotionally. So a lot of the people that we meet are emotionally unhealthy. I know that at a time in my life, I was emotionally unhealthy. So me getting in any relationship was going to be an unhealthy relationship because I was emotionally unhealthy. Here's the thing. You look at the word healthy or look at it unhealthy, it's called UN is not healthy. And actually healthy is well. So in all reality, unhealthy means not well. So when you're unhealthy, you're not well, meaning that you're going to make a lot of decisions that you're going to be unwell or not well decisions, meaning that a lot of decisions that you make, a lot of choices you make with yourself and with people aren't going to be healthy. And then we look up 5 years later, 3 years later, 2 years later and say, man, what happened? How did I get into another unhealthy relationship? Right? Because you're an unhealthy person and unhealthy people are supposed to be in unhealthy relationships. That's how that goes. While healthy people are supposed to be in healthy relationships. That's how that goes. So your job, again, is to be in a healthy relationship with yourself, right? And then when you get good at that, then you go and then you can be in a healthy relationship with another person. Until those two things happen, then the chances of you being in a healthy relationship is not going to probably happen. So again, let's look at it. Relationship means to carry. So what are you going to give that person that you are in a relationship with? What are you going to give them to carry along with them when they're not with you? So you can determine that. You can't really determine what someone is going to give you to carry because they're doing the pouring, you're just doing the receiving, right? This is why we can get things on the news or something like that. And you say, man, road rage. Somebody got mad on the road and started shooting at somebody and all these different things and got out the car and started fighting. He said, how did that happen? How does that happen? They didn't even know each other, right? Because what happened is you're carrying away with what the other driver just did. He threw his finger up. You like, hey, man, back at you, right? And you ain't know this guy. You don't know these people, right? But what happened is you always giving someone something to carry with them. You always putting something out there so people can carry it. Now, that's the part you can control. So now you have to ask yourself, what is it that you want to carry? Or what is it that you want other people to carry with them from you when they're not with you? And if you don't know what that is, then you will actually put yourself in a situation where you won't be able to win. So here's the thing. So you look at yourself and say, okay, I want to be a healthy person, right? When you say you want to be a healthy person, you have to say, okay, what is it that I want to do how do I become healthy? Well, one thing you have to do, you have to search for being peaceful. See, if you're not in drama, then you're going to be in peace, harmony. Now, a lot of us are afraid of harmony. You know why? Because it's like cool. It's everything. But when you've been in drama all the time, all you looking for is the next time you can be in drama again, right? You looking for a fight. You looking for an argument. You know, a lot of times people say because they get new relationships or again, because they got a title and they say, man, my relationship is straight. But there's a whole lot of people that's married and been married 20 years. They only sleep together. I know how to be in unhealthy relationships, man. I was good at it. I ain't lying. I was good at it, man. I'm telling you. I probably could have got an award. Hey, and the winner of unhealthy relationships this year is, man, this dude didn't won this thing 10 years in a row. Right? Because I was good at being in unhealthy relationships because I was good at being an unhealthy person. Right. So when you unhealthy, you don't want no peace. You want to argue about, hey, who turned the heat up to 75? You know I want no 74. Right. Who drank out my glass? Who moved my keys? Because you're looking for some type of battle. You're looking for some type of confrontation. Hey, who opened up the door before the light went on? Right. You're just looking for something to actually get involved with a confrontation. This is because you're unhealthy. So you have this mini war. People in relationships have this war going on. Folks eating they go out there and buy them a burger before they go home. So they walk in the house and say, I ain't hungry. I want none of your food. Because they already ate right down the street, right? They going to come home a little later, not because they've been out somewhere. They 2 blocks away around the corner. And instead of them coming in at 7 o'clock, they're going to come in at 7:45. Now they haven't been with anybody. Where you been? Who you been with? I've been with nobody. Y'all were trying to accuse. But they started that on purpose because they were right around the corner. See, when you in unhealthy relationships, you are ready and you're looking to pick a fight. You are at war with one another. And there's always only 2 casualties. That's the sad thing about this war. So somebody always blowing up each other, right? And then the other person is trying to think, okay, you got me this time. Yeah, you got me this time. But I'm going to get you next time, right? So we figuring out how I can strategize in the war with a person that you're in a relationship with. So then, after you done this, because a whole lot of people married 20, 30 years and everything. And, I remember I heard a guy when I was younger, and he was joking. He said, man, I've been married. My wife and I have been married 25 years. And two of those years were good. and he was joking to the point he was kind of serious. But then if he's saying 2 of them was good, she probably was saying 2 of hers, those 25 were good. Now, here's the question you need to ask yourself. Why just stay married 25 years, 20 years, 50 years, 10 years, whatever it is, and 95% of the time you together is a war going on? Folks don't talk to each other. So I've been in that. Walk in the house and walk by somebody, don't say a word. Oh, I tell you, man, I was good at these unhealthy relationships, man. I'm telling you, I was good at it, right? And people walk right by you and don't speak. Y'all in the same house. And keep in mind, I never lived in any mansions. So it wasn't like these houses were so big that you didn't know somebody was there, right? But see, this is the type of stuff we do when unhealthy relationships. I remember I was trying to figure out, man, why do I keep in these relationships? I know what I need to find. I need to find somebody that believe in God. I need to find church people. I need to find out because you're trying to come up with your criteria, right? I need to find people that don't hang out at the club all the time or whatever, right? Whatever the criteria you have or that you think you have or need, you trying to find it so that you can actually, put yourself in the situation, be in a healthy relationship. So you're trying to find this common ground, so to speak. And in all actuality, I can show you, some people yourself. They can believe in God and all the scriptures, and then they're in divorce court tomorrow, right? And don't mean that they bad. It just means that sometimes we in so many unhealthy relationships, we don't know how to be in anything better than the unhealthy relationship that we in right now. So you have to realize how to become healthy. So here's something that'll help you. One more time. Okay. Here's something that will help you. That when you're in a relationship, and a lot of things, we don't realize that when we're in a relationship with someone else, we are on a team. And I realized, I didn't realize I was on the team at first, right? I know maybe some of you always realize that since you've been 16, that I'm on the team when I'm in a relationship. I didn't realize I was on the team, right? So that's why it was always me against you, right? And people I was in relationships with, they didn't realize they were on the team either. That's why they always thought it was me against them, because we didn't realize that we were on teams. So since we didn't realize we was on teams, we didn't do things like teammates. See, there's a difference when you are when you single and by yourself. You can say me, right? M-E. But when you get into a relationship, you got to turn that M into a W and call it we. Because see, that's what happens when you're in a relationship. It's a we thing, not a me thing. And when we in these me things and we try to bring this solo mentality, single, only, solo mentality, and we try to bring that solo mentality into a team concept, and it don't work. So we got these two people that think only about me, only what I want, only when I want it, and that's all we think about. Then what ends up happening is that we on a team trying to be a one-player team. How you gonna be on a basketball team, a football team, and be one person? No, you got other teammates, and a lot of us don't know how to be teammates. And unhealthy people have this one thing in common. They don't know how to be teammates. They unhealthy because they think everything in the relationship revolves around them all the time, every day, every minute, every hour. You know, if I'm not happy, then nobody happy. That's how we look at it when we think it's all about us. You know, when I get happy, then that's when the relationship is happy. So now we in these relationships where they're just strictly unhealthy. We brought to the table, you know, all this stuff that is unhealthy, all this hurt. Now, keep in mind, now when you're 16, you may not have that much hurt in relationships. Maybe your mom and dad may have disappointed you in something. But see, when you get 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 and all, so you can have more than one relationship. You can have 10, 20, 30, 40 different relationships, right? You know, some people say, I had them in relationship. Well, 5, whatever it's been. And you done been hurt in all 5 of those relationships. And now you meet the next person. And this is when you know that you're not here from some things. If you give less of something good to the next person than you did the last person, you haven't been healed from what happened to you last time. Let's say, for instance, let's use a hypothetical. I am not going to, I'm not going to call her every day, right? That's your thing, right? And, because last person I called every day, she hurt my feelings and everything. So she hurt my feelings and made me look ridiculous. I'm not calling nobody every day. So what are you going to do? I'm going to call them every week, once every month, right? You're going to do all type of stuff like that, right? Because you're not going to call them every day because of what happened. So now you meet this new person and say, why you haven't called me since, last week? You said, well, you can't say, because I don't call nobody every day because of what girlfriend did to me last time. You don't say that. You say, well, I just thought the way you was acting because you're unhealthy, because you're ready to pick a fight. Well, you didn't call me either, right? So now you got this fight going on because you're unhealthy. And the reality is that you have to get healthy and realize that you have to bring a healing to the table. If you don't bring a healing to the table, then you're not going to get healthy and you're not going to help somebody else get healthy. See, if you don't help anybody, the person you would get healthy, because everybody that come to you, and this may not sound positive, but everybody that comes to you, they're coming to you with hurt. They're coming to you damaged. You coming to people damaged, they coming to you damaged. And all these people coming to you damaged. And since they're coming to you damaged, you have a responsibility to help heal them. Now, it's not that you're fixing them, but see, if a person, now here's the thing now, if a person don't want to be healed by you, they won't receive a healing from you. That's something that I had to understand. I'm like, what's going on with these people? Help heal and all this. They don't want it from you. See, some people want it from the ex-boyfriend. They want to be treated good by the ex-girlfriend, the ex-husband or the ex-wife. So here you come treating them real, decent or good or healthy. And you said, why they keep acting like that when I'm treating them nice and everything? You respectful and all this stuff. They don't want it from you. They want it from somebody else. Now, see, you don't know that. You just think something going on, right? Because they don't want to give up. See, the thing is, everybody got their guards up, right? And nothing wrong with people having their guards up. But a lot of people have their guards up. And since they have their guards up, that puts them in a situation where they always think that somebody's trying to do something to them, right? They always think somebody's trying to get over on them, especially if a healthy person come in their life. Because, see, we're not used to healthy people coming to our life. And when a healthy person come into our life, we say, what you want? What you trying to get out of me? What is it you trying to do? So we have our eyes, so to speak, looking at these people kind of shifty or shady because of the fact that we trying to figure out what they want. Because we've been burnt so many times by him and hers, before you came up. So now I'm going to question everything you do. I'm going to say, what's wrong with you? Why you didn't do that? And so I'm going to make you pay for what the last person did or the last 5 people did. So now we have people coming into our lives having to make payments on somebody else's delinquent stuff. And now when you think about that, that is not fair. Not fair, because you don't want to walk in somebody's life, and because this lady's boyfriend didn't take her on prom, and then the boyfriend cheated on her in college, and then the next boyfriend, got another girlfriend when they were 25, and then here you pop up when they 45, and they had all this. Now I got to pay for prom, right? I got to pay for college. Now keep in mind, I didn't know you when you were 18. I didn't know you in college. I didn't know you when you were 25. I met you at 45. Why do I have to pay for 25 years worth of stuff? That what people did to you. And this is what ends up happening to us a lot of times. We're going to make the new person pay for all the stuff the last 2, 3, 4, 5 people had done to me. Well, when this happens, you're going to find yourself in an unhealthy relationship all the time. So here's something else with an unhealthy relationship. One thing about unhealthy relationship, I said it has drama. And here's what I mean. It's always back and forth, up and down, hot, cold. It's always on, off. Ooh, I love you today. I love you today. Tomorrow, I can't stand you. Why are you here? Right? But then the next day, girl, where you been? I missed you. Next day, why are you in my face? Right? You know what I'm saying? Because we're unhealthy. And when we're unhealthy, it's always back and forth. This is why you find people in and out of the same relationship. They back with the person and not with the person. Girl, you broke up with him again? Yeah. You back with him again? Yeah. Because it's unhealthy. And they don't realize they're unhealthy. They don't realize they're unhealthy and the person they with is unhealthy because that's drama. And every time drama appears, it's always back and forth. Always. They love being with you today, but then they don't love being with you tomorrow. They like you on Sundays, can't stand you on Wednesdays, right? This is what happens to a lot of people, but they don't realize, I think I'm in an unhealthy relationship. I think either I'm an unhealthy person or the person that I'm with is an unhealthy person. In either case, I'm in an unhealthy relationship and I need to get out of it, right? And I need to become healthier so I can live a healthier life. We don't get to those points. So now here we go, because we're unhealthy, we have these things called generalizations, right? All men are, just fill in the blank. All women are, fill in the blank, right? Now, here's the first problem with that. You don't know all men. You don't know all women. You don't know everybody. So first off, whatever your all is wrong, right? Only thing you can say all when it comes to men and women are probably body parts. All men got this body part. All women got this body part. After that, you can't say all women act like this on Tuesdays. How do you know that? You know how many women on the planet? How you know all that? You don't know. Now, maybe all 10 of the women did that on Saturday. But you can't say all the women did that on Saturday. Now, see, when you single and you by yourself, you can generalize everything. All women did, but do this. All men do this. However, when you're not single anymore, what happens is, and you are in a relationship, now the thing comes up that you have to realize that you got to get rid of your generalizations. You have to now look at it as you have to start getting something specific. It's like going to college, right? When you go to college, if you ever been or know someone that been, the first couple of years you go to college, you're taking general classes, so to speak. General math, general English, just general stuff, right? About your third year is when you move into your major, right? Because those are your minor class. You move to your major classes in about your third year, right? Now, here's something I want you to use that same example with people. When you first meet people, everything is kind of, your minor classes, right? Nothing major with those classes. They all minor classes. And what I mean by minor classes, what's your favorite color? What you like to eat? Something basic like that, right? And the longer you stay with them, now it don't have to be 2 years or 3 years. I'm not saying use it like a college, but when you start getting into the major with these people, you get more specific. Then, you go from generalities and now you get more specific. Now, here's the thing about being in a healthy relationship. Once you want to get into a healthy relationship, you have to get rid of all these generalities that you have because you're dealing with it. Now, the word specific is a sister word to the word special. Now, see, this is why a lot of people don't feel special in relationships because of the fact that they always treat it like a generality. That's why they don't feel special in a relationship. because they always treat it like a generality. And when you want to be special, that means people have to be specific with you. So you can't say, hey, you know what? Well, you cook some chicken. All women cook chicken this way. See, now I don't feel special. And in a lot of relationships, especially unhealthy relationships, most people feel they don't feel special while they're in the relationship. And if you're in an unhealthy relationship, chances are you won't feel special if someone is always treating you like they treat everybody else. If everybody else they treat this way, they're going to treat you this way, then you're not going to feel special at all by being treated like everybody else because it's nothing specific that they're doing for you. They get you roses because everybody wants roses. They don't get you roses because, you might not like roses. You might like daisies. I don't know, right? So they don't get you daisies because you like them, right? They get you roses because I got all my girlfriends roses before I met you, right? They all like roses, so I figure you like them too. But you might like daisies, right? Or they don't actually deal with you in a specific meaning. So that means that you have to actually get to know people more than just what their favorite color is. You got to get to know people more than just where they were born or where they were raised. You got to get to know people more than just say what type of job you have. And since we don't take the time to get to know people more, we never move into a major category with them. That's why we can't help them with major moves in their lives, because we never get past the general or minor classes, so to speak, with them. We never can move into major areas of their life. Now, I told you already, most of us have been damaged before by somebody. Now, some people, they meet the person they want to meet at 18 years old, and they stay married to them till they leave the planet at 80 years old. And that's wonderful. Most people don't, that's not the life they have. They ain't had a couple of boyfriends before you. They ain't had a couple of girlfriends before you, right? They had a couple of husbands and a couple of wives before you. So they're not new to relationships. They're just new to you. And you may not be new to relationships. You just new to them. So your job is that you want to become a healthy person so you can bring health to the table. If you can't bring health to the table, then you just walking into another unhealthy relationship. And the only thing that changed in a lot of our lives, because after we go through one bad relationship, we say, that's it. I'm not going through this. No, not anymore. No more. No, I'm not doing this no more. So I'm just going to be by myself for the rest of my life, right? And then you look up a year later, and there you go again. You're in another relationship. You wonder yourself, how in the world did this happen? And then you're so scared, you waiting for the shoe to drop, so to speak. You're waiting for the bad thing to happen, right? Because, I know something bad about to happen. When is it going to happen? Is it going to be the first month, first 6 months? So then we try to use this quote by Maya Angelou: when people show you who they are, believe them, right? Now, when we meet healthy people, we waiting on this healthy person. They did 10 things right. They did 10 things right 10 months in a row. And we just waiting for that one mess up. We're going to try to get them upset to see can they curse us out. Right? Something. We got to get them on something. And right when they don't show up at 6:05, we said, see, when people show you who they are, believe them. I'm getting rid of you. I don't want to be with you anymore. And this is when people go back and forth. Now, keep in mind, they showed you who they were. They were a healthy person. This is the first time they were late, right? They always there 10 minutes early. But you know what? You didn't see none of that because you're waiting on the negative thing to happen because you've been hurt 3, 4, 5 times. So something bad got to happen. Something negative got to happen to this thing so that I can come at these people. So I can get rid of this guy, rid of this lady. Why? Because I'm a hurt person and I'm being directed by my hurts. I'm not being directed by my healing. I'm waiting on you to say one time, and many people do this. The older you get and the more people you deal with, the more this happens. You'll realize that you're going along because people, they trying to have you on the shelf, right? This is we unhealthy, right? I remember one time I was in some unhealthy relationships, and it was so bad I couldn't even decide what type of. I go to the store to buy some, food, grocery, ice cream, and whatever. I couldn't even decide that I want chocolate vanilla. Taking me 5 minutes to think about what type of ice cream I want, right? Because when you get with unhealthy people, they help you become very indecisive people too, right? And now you can't. Okay, should I pay the light bill or gas bill? Should I make a left turn or right turn? Because they're unhealthy, and now you're unhealthy because you're gonna end up what I say. You're gonna smell like who you hug up against. And I don't know if you ever been out somewhere and you hugged up on somebody, they had on perfume and cologne and everything. You walk away from them and then you smell like they do. You're like, man, I didn't put that type of perfume or cologne on me. How come I smell like them? Because here's the reality. You're going to smell like who you hug up with. And if you hug up with people that's unhealthy, don't get mad if you start acting unhealthy. That's what happens when you're an unhealthy person. You end up doing unhealthy stuff. So this is why it's imperative that you have to become a healthy person for the number one reason, so you can see when healthy people step into your life. You got to see when healthy friends step into your life. You have to see when healthy people step into your life. And just because you have a title of being married or engaged or my boyfriend, girlfriend for the last 5 years, that does not mean you are healthy in a healthy relationship. It just means you've been with somebody for 10 years. That's all that means. Because see, anybody can make themselves look good on social media, on pictures, right? Everybody can smile for like 3 seconds. You understand that, right? You say smile. You can look happy with somebody. You understand what I'm saying? That's not like it takes a lot of work to do that. You can look happy with a person, even though you're not happy with a person, right? And see, what happens is, do you want to look happy with a person because you trying to impress others? Or do you want to be healthy with a person because you're a healthy person and a healthy relationship? And this is why it's imperative that we have to look at what type of relationship am I in? What am I bringing to the relationship? I'm bringing me. What about me am I bringing in? Am I bringing all of my hurts, all of my insecurities, all of my negative behavior, my negative attitude? Is that what I'm bringing to this relationship? Am I bringing in all my chauvinistic ways, my prejudices, my judgmental behavior? Am I bringing all that into this relationship? All of my disrespect? Is that what I'm bringing into this relationship? Because if that's what I'm bringing into this relationship, then that's what I'm actually giving people to kind of walk away from me when they not with me. And that's what's going to happen if you don't become a healthy person. So your major objective or your focus should be being a healthy person. How do I be a healthy person? First, I had to realize I need to get healed. In other words, you hear me say on a lot of my shows, if you need some help, I shouldn't even use if. When you need some help, seek out help and get it. It might be a book, might be a show, it might be an audio program, might be a conference, whatever it may be. Get you some help because you need to get healed, because you're the next relationship. And the reality is you more hurt in this relationship than you were in the last relationship. You more hurt now than you were before. Why? Because the person you probably with the last time was an unhealthy person. And so they were an unhealthy person. That put you in a situation for you to be an unhealthy person. And now you are in another unhealthy relationship. And the only thing that changed in a lot of our lives is that the faces and the names change. The same old unhealthy behavior usually remains the same. And so the thing is, you have to realize that you have to be a healthy person. So I got to get ready to close out here. So before I do, let me promote this young lady here before I close out. And if you want to get promoted on any of the shows that I have going on, you can contact me at fullerpurposemedia@gmail.com and we can talk about it. So Miss Pamela Denise is who I'm promoting on this show today. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, an investor looking to build your portfolio, or you're purchasing your dream home, Pamela Denise at Exception Realty is who you need to call. She has 24 years of experience and a team that is ready, willing, and very capable to assist you in all of your real estate needs. You also get a free consultation by mentioning that you heard about Pamela Denise here on A Greater You show here on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Station with your host here, Dr. Anthony L. Gantt. For more information, contact Ms. Pamela Denise at 773-447-8546. That's 773-447-8546. Or you can email her at info@keepitmoving.us. That's info, INFO, at keepit, KEEP as in Paul, IT as in Tom, MOV as in Victor, ING as in great.us. And she can help you with your real estate needs that you have and help you get some property or help you sell property, whatever you want to do. She can help you with that. So let's do a wrap up. So before I close out. So again, one thing we have to realize, either we're in a great relationship or we're in a gruesome relationship. Don't mean that you're a gruesome person. Doesn't mean the other person's a gruesome person. But it means that when you're not a healthy person, you aren't in a healthy relationship. So one of the first things you need to do is become a healthy person and get into a healthy relationship and be in a healthy relationship with yourself. That's the first thing, because you can't be in a healthy relationship with another person if you're not in a healthy relationship with you. So that once you get in a healthy relationship with you, you open the door and put yourself in the position to be in a healthy relationship with another person. You are always carrying something into the relationship. Every relationship that you're in, you're carrying something into it, right? And so now you have to ask yourself, what am I carrying, right? Relate, RE means back and again. Late means to carry or to bear, right? So now you're carrying, and you're gonna carry someone, and someone is gonna carry you. You determine what you're gonna give them to carry. Excuse me. And if you're gonna carry it, are they gonna carry something good or something bad? Or in other words, are they gonna carry something positive or something negative into the relationship that they're in? Also realize that your person is a specific person. If you want a person to feel special with you in a relationship, then don't treat them like a generality. Treat them like a special person, or treat them in something that's more specific than just being like everybody else. They should be special to you, and you should be special to them. But if you're not healthy, you can't treat somebody else special, right? Your job is to bring a healing to the relationship. Now, and those are some of the things that we talked about. So that's a recap. So I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you on how to be in a healthy relationship. And keep in mind that great people like you have been born great. However, in order to when you work on yourself, you'll become a greater you. And I'll see you next time.